Cabin is the latest film from M. Night Shyamalan, and yeah, I don't have much else to say other than that. It's kind of weird reviewing a filmmaker's movie that I've already reviewed, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I haven't been doing this for long enough to where I would be reviewing a director's next movie, but it's almost been 3 years since I've been doing this YouTube channel, which is a little weird to think about, but that's completely besides the point. Um, I reviewed Old back in 2021 when that came out, and if you can remember, hated that movie. It was very high on my worst of 2021 list. It was bafflingly awful, and I got a lot of my criticisms out of M. Night Shyamalan in that video, so I'm not going to harp on him too much. He's a very inconsistent filmmaker. He makes really great movies, really okay ones, and really bad ones. He's very all over the place, and has a really, really bad dialogue problem. I mean, ugh. But I was excited for this movie because it felt a lot simpler and much more toned down than Old. I feel like when M. Night Shyamalan tries to be too much is when his movies lose me. Besides, like, The Last Airbender, because that movie's just awful. It was not like Old or Lady in the Water or The Happening. I feel like he was just trying too hard. Like, he had this really great idea that was maybe a little too dense for him, and it kind of got away from him, and the execution is piss poor. So I like when his movies are simpler. I like when they have a claustrophobic premise and are thrillers. Stuff like Split, which was really great, or Signs, or even his, The Sixth Sense. These are movies that all start out simple, but are built upon in a really cool way. And I think that Knock at the Cabin is one of his better movies. I'm not going to say it was phenomenal. I didn't think it was one of the best movies I've ever seen. It maybe disappointed a little bit because I expected it, I don't know, to be pretty good for some reason. But I honestly really had a fun time with Knock at the Cabin. I thought it is his best movie since Split. And yeah, let's get right into the review. The main aspect of Knock at the Cabin that I really, really loved was how claustrophobic and tight the story was. I felt that this movie really excelled with having a smaller scale setting, but also making it feel so dire. I thought all of the performances were really well done and really bounced well off of each other and got the best out of this admittedly weak dialogue from M. Night Shyamalan. But I thought his direction was pretty decent. My friend kind of pointed out that there were noticeable scenes of the camera not being in focus, which I think was intentional, but didn't really work for what he was trying to go for. I understand that it was probably intentional, but it was just a weird aspect that could take you out of the movie. That's a little nitpick, but whatever. But I do like how a lot of the shots are set up. They feel more purposeful. They feel like planned out more than his usual style. I feel like this movie definitely had other supervision on it other than Shyamalan to kind of bring the story in a little bit more and bring the filmmaking in a little bit more to make it a little more streamlined and even, and not just be a very messy thing that's going on. You know what I mean? Because like Old, not to keep comparing it to that movie, just it felt like batshit crazy thing after batshit crazy thing that didn't make sense here, that was underdeveloped here, that could have been cool but was really stupid. There was just so much of that going on, but I think with this movie, it's very clear, it's very concise in what it's trying to say, and I think that it falls in line with his better work. I think that this movie is highly entertaining. I think that the performances really, really shine here and really kind of kick this movie up a notch. I thought Batista was really, really good in this movie, really showing off his range as an actor and how intense and terrifying he can be. I think that, one, he just is a very good actor naturally, which is, weird to say because coming from what he did, being a WWE star, it is very odd how good of an actor he truly is, and I think he really nailed the performance in this movie. And I think you could make a really good argument that this is his best work in any movie he's been in. And I thought that the guy from Mindhunter, whose name is Holden in that, his name is escaping me right now. He was very, 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 very good. I thought he really worked well off of his partner in the movie, who he also was really good. I don't know his name either. I thought they played well off of each other. I just thought that the dynamics between all of the characters were really, really well done. And made the movie more intense as it went on. I liked the mystery. I liked that there wasn't necessarily this huge twist. Because, again, M. Night Shyamalan is known for his twists and kind of jamming them into every movie that he makes. And I didn't think there was one here. There is, like, a reveal. There's a payoff. There's a climax to this movie. But I think that it isn't this stupid cliche like, oh, this is what was really going on the entire time. I think it was a little more nuanced than that. And there is some religious subtext in this movie, but I don't think it's ever too overt. I don't think it's ever like really crazy Christian conservative crap. I just think that it is an element of the story, but isn't so heavy-handed and in your face like I thought it would be with this movie. And an angle that I thought they were going down a little bit that seemed a little homophobic. Thinking back on it, it very much wasn't. And I don't know. If you've seen them, I don't want to spoil anything, but if you've seen the movie, you kind of know what I mean. Like, you're getting this feeling like, is that a little... But it's not really. But that's just something I wanted to mention. Overall, I thought this was a really well-paced, well-written from a story standpoint, and very well-acted thriller. It had a lot of dialogue issues. I mean, some of the lines in this movie were actively making me crack up in a bad way. I think that some points in the movie can drag a little bit. I think that it doesn't really have more of an impact than it being a really fun and high-paced thriller. When thinking back on it, it can be a little forgettable. I may not remember this movie in a couple of months, but that doesn't really matter because I had fun with it anyway. I thought it was pretty well done, and for Shyamalan standards, it's a pretty good movie. So I'm going to give Knock at the Cabin a strong B. I had fun with this. I enjoyed my time with it, and I think that's all I have to say about it. So other than that, stay tuned for the Worst of the Year list that's coming out this week. And then me and Cameron, who's on the phone right now, we will be doing our Best of 2022 list very shortly. And other than that, I will see you guys later.